Hello. I hope all is progressing well. Welcome to I Don't Know. We Can Talk About It, where we discuss myriads of topics civilly, reasonably, and responsibly. My name is Kevin Dufresne. Our first topic is about teacher salaries, teacher payments. In accordance with what may be governmental, in accordance with what may be more so traditional than non-traditional, the article assesses how an educational environment may determine what a teacher may receive salary-wise, as well as considers the different factors that accumulate to what a teaching salary standard may be showing. How teachers with different degrees align with different salary parameters is an example. So, considering traditional schooling, one may have parameters to assess so as to better understand why a teacher receives what a teacher receives, as well as how much control a teacher has with any determination of a salary. The article does not address salary for non-traditional forms of schooling. How might assessing non-traditional forms of schooling prove in relation to what a teacher may receive as a salary? Determining a salary may prove differing depending on how an environment may establish business parameters. Considering so many different types of businesses are available, so many different types of entities may be extant. So, how one may approach determining what one receives may receive different assessments of values, different judgments, if one will, financially across scales of educational environments, even considering entities that may not prove to be of educational environments. So, when attempting to understand how to navigate salary, the article does offer a graph, an informational of what salaries may be, which may lead one to do more research about a particular state, a particular locale, to determine if what the educational environment may offer makes sense for what one is attempting to pursue. How might one be able to put a value on what a teacher does? One may find connects with how educational environments are receiving investments, how educational environments are able to sustain educating individuals. Considering so many forms of learning, so many ways to qualify to further one's education. So one may be able to access opportunities that may be available for individuals with particular credentials. Being able to further one's abilities in connection with such parameters proves extremely valuable for individuals seeking to do so, for educational environments able to provide such opportunities, for entities partnering with educational parameters so as to bolster individuals that are proving, garnering skills efficaciously with desires personally, as well as desires that align well with what an entity may be seeking to support, seeking to further bolster in connection with interests, particularly considering an entity may be completely different than an individual may be, though alignment may be perfectly suitable for growth in a particular area. Our next topic, assessments, testing. How might individuals' efforts through testing, examination be on record in ways that allow for students to be competitive, not only nationwide, though globally. Assessing global parameters educationally allows for individuals to assess how the world, the ever-progressing interdependent reality, is progressing. Where might one seek to align one's educational values? Where might one seek to align one's family values? Where might one seek to personally align in the ever-progressing interdependent reality, considering education being a factor? One may move to a particular area for a job. If one is seeking a family, one may be seeking to understand what is a good environment to have the family in. This area of conversation is extremely not apparent because any individual may rise to a measure of success from anywhere. Any individual may succeed from anywhere. So, how one determines what environment may prove good for a family may be in alignment with available research and data that needs to make sense for how one envisions one's growth, whether that be personally, for a family, in connection with the transitioning period of one's life. Even more so, being able to assess how individuals are performing test-wise, exam-wise, may prove valuable for individuals seeking to access higher education, due to the reality that many individuals benefit from testing, from test scores, examination procedures, skills for taking tests and exams that may align elsewhere. Students are in a light for universities to assess myriad forms. So since testing, since exams are part of what may be of an assessment process, individuals that have to record data, that are in a position to create informationals supporting research and development for myriad purposes that are beyond simply having data, archives of data, just staying in one space. Archives of data are being set to use. So, how might proceeding in not only a national conversation, though an international conversation of what might benefit analytically individuals as well as entities that are a part of these assessment processes, not only individuals that prepare the assessments, record the assessments, though individuals that gravitate toward the assessments to better navigate parameters of education, particularly. So I think having what is currently being set out is good, because some data, especially some good data, is better than no good data. And I think being able to navigate how important having individuals capable of not only researching, though managing researching, may prove extremely valuable long term for individuals across industries. All right, let's do some origami. Now, first, I have to fold my origami in half. From edge to edge. Then fold in, open, then fold in again. Now I'm using a square sheet of paper, and I'm going to do these folds on both sides equally. Opening. The reason why I'm leaving the ends here with the folds are because we're actually just going to fold in from here. We're just going to fold in to the center. Same thing, just fold in fold in to the center. All right. Next, we're going to, after you really secure these folds in here, we're going to open your origami, fold, and we're gonna have this portion looking at us. All we're gonna do here is fold one area in, then we're gonna fold ourselves a triangle. So from here, you can turn back here and just remember where your center line is and just fold so they just meet in the middle, basically. Okay. Okay. Next, what we're gonna do is we're gonna fold the bottom part up. Okay, but before we get there, we have to do another few folds. First is we're gonna fold out. So let's see here. I'm doing one of the advanced folds right now because I have to check to find out what the fold is before. So you can find out these same instructions by going to the link below in the YouTube summary. As I quickly look here, to make sure this is completely accurate. Voila. So from here, after the fold here, actually, we fold this point about halfway in. Like I said, just remember where the center line is. So the center line is here. Just fold it right here to the center line and leave it there. Okay. Then you'll be able to make the rest of the folds a lot easier. So the rest of the folds being exactly that form that I'm doing before. So we're gonna fold up. We have to open this space in here, and basically we're gonna fold it up just about so. Okay. Just can fold it up till you get that square to match it. All right, so we're gonna fold it up again. Just put the finger there and just bring it up so it's a really good match with the other side. You can get a pretty good straight angle here, and that's what we're really looking for when we make our fold. This nice straight angle here on the outside. We're gonna fold it in, okay? And so as I look toward the instructions again, get an idea of how that'll look. We're just gonna fold this top layer in just to meet here in the middle. So we'll take this in here and it'll go right there. Same idea with the other side. It'll come in here and we'll just meet right there. Voila. So we're making a heart ring, and as you can see on this side, well, we have a heart forming. So we're gonna keep on with this. Now, the next thing here is we're just gonna proceed with the folding up of the bottom portion. So we'll fold up, and then fold up again until we have, voila, the heart and of course the ring band. What we're gonna do now is we're just gonna rip off a little bit. So there's a point here, we can just rip off that little bit. Okay, we'll rip off that little bit here. We'll rip off this little bit here. All right, and then just whoosh, whoosh, after the bend. Okay, next we're gonna sharpen this. How we're gonna do that is we're just gonna fold it in a little bit. Don't have to fold it in too much. Just fold it in a little bit here. As you can see now, this portion fits in like a pencil or a crayon. You can just now rotate it in. You want to have a nice roll in, so a good way to roll this is you can just gently massage it through, as so, just so you don't have any super sharp folds. And voila, once you get here, the other way you can roll it is with a pencil or a marker if you so choose. But once you get here, you can just press it in, and then you have a heart ring. This one is a really big heart ring, so it's like I can probably use this for 2 fingers right here. Dun-dun. Hello. And again, if it's really just unfolding, you can just fold it in. Fold it, fold it, fold it, fold it, fold it, fold it, fold it. And again, get right here and hello. And see how that goes. All right. Next, we're going to discuss reading a physical book. Now, I appreciate reading a physical book. And the reason why I appreciate reading a physical book is because I enjoy reading. Naturally, I tend to reading well. So, championing reading physical books is really, really important, because when a person reads a physical book, there are so many long-term health benefits. The brain physically changes when a person reads a physical book. The book we're going to discuss today is Cuddy. Cuddy comes across as a wonderful transformation of language, journeying through cultures. We're looking at how voices come to life, looking at how the language from poetry forms into the language of a short story, forming into the language from song, forming into a novel. And I really think the author does a great job of bringing the characters to life with each story, staging each story, of course, in connection with particular periods, so as to better understand how communication might be during these periods. We're in England, and we're in this northern area where we're assessing how movement is, and of course how the mysteries of life, mysteries of tradition, persist through generations, even considering the effects that are present in one stage, proving to clear out to make more sense of what is extremely present and necessary at another stage. So gravitating toward the progressions from man, there is the opening of the birthing, the relationship of man and woman, and the comedy aligning with the cultures present in the text, especially considering how much of the text is approaching culture from monkhood, from individuals setting livelihoods personally in a direction. So much wandering is happening, so much discovery is happening, so many visions are coming to life, so many visions are present, as though prescient of a time to come, of what is necessitating attention at the moment. And the language is enlivening. The language brings these traditions to question, though never dissolves the mystery, though provides clues to resolve the mysteries of what is present through the journeying of these individuals. And assessing the lifestyles, assessing power structures varying through these relationships that are forming, one may understand how cultures may find challenges, how cultures may resolve challenges, and how propriety is not necessarily the best option, not necessarily the accuracy of the objectively good. So propriety is not necessarily a standard for all to assess as status quo, for all to assess as individuals under law, though more so for individuals to assess mysteriously, while the traditions, while the progressions of life change, as the progressions of life become more apparent and individuals become more meaningful. Thanks for joining. I don't know, we can talk about it. Onward and Upward, Kevin Dufresne.